so much of my peace, especially coming in 2020, was, being isolated with myself, growing to love myself more, and also growing to like really being able to lock in and focus on how to start taking what I've been able to receive in my career and start expanding on that in a way that not many people have the opportunity to. And when you're giving so much, and even when you give your body to somebody, bro, that's energy that y'all are exchanging, right? So if you're not
1,000%.
even on that same way, if we're not on that same wave, then why are we doing this? Why am I doing this? Why like I don't get me wrong. Listen, bro, I like getting my rocks off. I've done it before. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their moments, but right now, 29, I'm like, I'm turning 30 this year. I'm like, if I meet the right person or if I'm going to find the right person, I can't be giving my time and energy
Yeah.
to people who I don't think that I could build with. My uncle, one time, a long time ago, dog, said some cold shit to me, and it really didn't register or resonate with me until like maybe 2 years ago. He said, "Listen, nephew, I'm gonna keep it a bean." He said, "Don't sleep with nobody who you can't see yourself getting pregnant."
100%.
And I was like,
I agree with that. 100%. And even just the other day, somebody in one of our group chats asked us like, "Yo, would you wife this girl?" and showed me the picture. And I was like, "Yo, I don't care how bad she is. That's not even in my
"Off
conversation."
what?"
Yeah, like that's not in my conversation when it comes to wifing. It's like, okay, there's so many. I'm not trying to wife the baddest chick in the world. I'm trying to wife a chick that has the things on my list that I'm looking for.
We're just having a conversation recently about, you know, our dating experiences are based on what we allow, right? So if you allow somebody to show you who they are, but you continue to believe that they're somebody else, they're gonna show you eventually that they really are who you thought they were, right? Like I don't know if you heard the saying, red flags look like Six Flags when you like somebody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
and I think that happens a lot in this dating experience, not only in the pandemic, but also outside of it, right? Like one of my things I always tell women, yo, I'm not lying to you. You know what I mean? Like someone else can tell you they're gonna do this for you, and they're gonna tell you they don't have this woman or that woman, whatever it is. I'm never about to lie to you about anything. So if telling the truth is a deal breaker, I can live with that. You know what I mean? Because I expect the same from you as well. I want you to tell me the truth, and I can deal with the hard truths. A lot of people want the truth but can't deal with it, and that's why we have this continuous like battle instead of building. Because not every relationship has to end up in marriage. Not every relationship has to end up in a fight. You know what I mean? Guys, there's people who actually get in relationships and build something unique. You know what I mean? If it's just as friends or just as someone who maybe they put you on to something that you never knew about before, like what Greg was saying.
Like it's created an environment, I think, that where it's just you see like the not being funny, but like the age gap as well. Like I think a lot of times you're starting to see that younger is very almost like transactional. Like it's very like almost like a business, like transactional. And as you get older, it's I think for men, it's a lot of times based on your career or what your ambitions are, because like I think it has to do with culture as well, right? Like as Black men, our culture is to earn, be able to provide, and be better fathers than the generation of fathers before us. Now, where as white men, they're raised, it's like, no, you have the example of your father. By the time you graduate college, you should be looking for your wife, and you should be married by 25, 26. And like, it's just a different set of rules. Cause like Greg, what you said, like we never been dealt any spades, right? So a lot of times we're set with the, like, just, and that becomes a trauma. And that's the whole therapy aspect where it's like, we deal with a lot of different shit. Pardon me, my fault. We deal with a lot of different shit.
We as Black men are not.
He don't like nothing you're saying right now.
Nothing, not fucking with it at all. It's like
You're like, you a dog too. What you talking about?
Like, nigga, we was just
we was just into the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
but
shit
you're
that I
right.
think it
As
really is.
black men, we aren't taught necessarily to be vulnerable in that aspect. We are built with, like you said, man, with the hands we were dealt. We didn't have the opportunity to even allot that as an option in
Facts.
terms of truly being able to open up to somebody, in terms of truly being able to establish a connection. And so that's where this whole awful thing comes, like this whole awful narrative that all black men cheat, whoop de whoop, all that and the third. That's not even remotely near the case. It's just, we aren't necessarily taught or groomed or bred to communicate in a way that often that is healthy.
Yeah.
Because we got to worry about so much other shit. We can't just love because I got to worry about if I'm walking into 7-Eleven if I'm going to be asked about my receipt. We can't just love because I'm worried about if I'm going to the restaurant to take my girl on a date. Them motherfuckers are just automatically assuming because of the color of my skin and the way that I'm dressed that I'm going to skip out on the bill. So it's like, we already have crazy, crazy, crazy. We come into the situation with so many things against us that it doesn't even really allow us the opportunity to do that, which is why I think it's so important for us to be so specific with how we date, especially now, man, especially now with who we allow into our energy and with who we allow into our space. And can you understand that? Can you understand why I'm sitting at the TV angry, mad, happy, sad about what happened today on January 6th?
Mm-hmm.
Can you understand what that range of emotion means? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Can you comfort me in that?
That's a big
You know what
thing.
I'm
That's a
saying? Or is
major
it
one.
just about the
Preaching
yeah,
facts. You're
yeah,
preaching
it's
real
like, or are
facts,
we
man.
just talking about the last post I made? Like, what is the difference? How can we incorporate this new generation of young black men who are not only ready to step up and assume the mantle of what it means to be a father, but also what it means to be a husband, or also what it means to be a significant other and a partner for somebody?
Yeah.
Like, if we continue to walk and pave the path of the narrative that we are just looking for the quick smash or the quick double tap or the quick this shorty's bad, would you wife her? Nigga, does she like what I like?
Exactly. Yo,
Mm-hmm.
I really believe generalizations are killing the black love stories. You know what I
Could
mean?
not agree with you. Could not agree with you on, brother.
Like, you know what I
Whew,
mean?
that was
Like
heavy.
all men cheat. All men are dogs. Women are hoes. Women want money. You know what I mean? It's like these things are. It doesn't start conversations. It starts arguments.
Yeah.
It's tiring. That's just
And it
exhausting.
makes us and it makes us insecure when we're going out and looking for a partner.
Man, perfect.
Because we're already so
It's
we
conditioning
already
you
have
to believe it.
yes. Exactly, Greg.
Shit is.
We already have this preconceived notion as to what they're going to be like because of the template that we continuously set in our communities.
I'm at the point where I'm just like, yo, I don't need to be in the game no more, man. I need a chick I could build with, build some, build an empire with. Like Dex said, man, it's like, yo, I'm at a point in my career where I know it's only going up from here, and it's like, I don't want to get there and then have that distrust of everyone. You look at what's happening with Dr. Dre.
Right.
It's like, I don't want to be looking for a wife when I'm worth yada yada amount of money. Like, nah, that's not
Right.
that's,
Then you looking left and right trying to figure out who's who, what's what. You're like,
I
yo,
think that,
I don't want to have the stigmatism when I look at somebody in the face and tell them, yo, one of my biggest goals in my life, sure, I want to win an Emmy, sure, I want to win a Grammy, sure, I want to win an Oscar, sure, I want to win a Tony. I want to do it all. Fuck it. Why not? Right. But one of my biggest things is truly, I want to be a dad and I want to be a husband. Because then that's going to be the lineage that will carry on the empire that I
Love
worked
it.
so hard to build on the opposite side.
Love it.
Then when you say that, it's so asinine to the world and to the communities nowadays. People look at you like, A, you lying, or B, you got 6 heads. And I'm like, why can't that be our narrative as black men?
No, but this is the thing. That's exactly what I was about to say, though. It's so crazy that the narrative is. It's scary to hear a black man say, "I want to be a husband. I want to be a father." Right? Like we all say things like, "Oh, you hear people say, I want to have
wait,
kids."
not even just a husband and a father. I want to be a good husband and I want to be a good father.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's like the thing that we're not taught. That it's almost like you said, they look at you crazy when you say shit like that. So then it's like, how is this healthy? You're gonna tell me that there's not trauma or a whole bunch of conditioning to condone the bullshit? Like, there's no positive light there. It's all like, even the way it says, I want to have kids. It's not, I want to be a good father. Like, that's not what we're taught. And then when we do say that, we looked at like we tripping.